We finally have a good Thursday night football game. We've got the Cowboys versus the Seahawks, and I have a few best bets for you in that game. Let's break it down. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. This has been a rough week on the channel. I can't lie to you guys. It's been a very, very rough week. I can't tell you the last time we've had two winless days on the channel like we did yesterday. 0-3 on the day. We lost on Auburn's team total. I thought they had a chance of getting it. They started off early hot, then they went cold throughout the second half there. We lost on the Virginia Tech Auburn over. Virginia Tech didn't show up at all. We lost on the parlay builder, and Joel Embiid didn't play either, which kind of threw off that whole game because Joel Embiid didn't play, so I kind of threw off the whole rebound angle. I mean, that guy takes up so much attention and presence there in the paint. After that got thrown out, I was really worried about that parlay builder that we threw together, and that missed as well. So 0-3 on the day, and then one no action with Joel Embiid not playing. You can see our year-to-date record right here. Still crushing it in the month of November. We have got about one more day here today to finish off this month strong to kind of get us over that hump there, but still absolutely crushing it. But we're at 500 in college basketball, so we got to turn that around a little bit. But trust me, we've got a full college basketball season ahead of us, so no need to force anything, especially now with conference play coming up. There'll be a lot of opportunities for us to find some winners. I've got some winners for you guys in this Thursday night football matchup, so let's break those down today. And if you can, drop a like on this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. We're almost at 250 subscribers, so if you can subscribe to the channel, I'd greatly appreciate the love and support, and you can share this with somebody so this way we can continue to grow and get these videos out to as many people as possible. All right, so let's dive into these first best bets. But first best bet of the day, I'm going to go to a pick that I've given you guys in the past. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's a pick that I've made a lot of money on this year. And it's a simple pick. We're not overthinking it. And we're going to go with the Cowboys team total over 27.5, minus 135 odds. I know, I get the narrative. No, but you're taking an over when we got primetime unders. Yes, I am. I'm not taking the full game over. I'm just taking the Cowboys team total over because they've been absolutely cash money on this. And I love the fact that we're getting this 27.5 number, which is a key number in football. That's the 4 touchdown number. If it was at 28.5, I would not like it as much. Or if it was anything higher than that, I would not like it as much. But the 27.5 gives us that 4 touchdown insurance there. The Cowboys have the number 1 offense in all of NFL. Nobody scores more points than them. They're averaging 31.5 points per game, but that number skyrockets at home. They're averaging 41 points per game at home this year. That's absolutely crazy. They've actually scored over 38 points in 4 straight home games. So you absolutely love to see that. And then when you look on the other side with this Seattle defense, it's not the Legion of Boom that we're used to seeing. I mean, they're not giving up a crap ton of points, but they're in the bottom 10 in terms of points allowed per game. They're giving up right under 23 points per game. And we've seen them face some good offenses and giving up points. They faced the 49ers last week, gave up 31 points. They faced the Commanders 2 weeks before that. They gave up 26 points. They lost 37-3 on the road to Baltimore earlier this season. And then in the first few weeks of the season, they gave up 27 points to the Panthers, 31 points to Detroit. Listen, this Cowboys offense is much better than all of those offenses that I just mentioned. Yes, even the 49ers offense, I think the Cowboys is better than. So because of that, I think the Cowboys will be able to score points in Jerry World today. They're at home. They didn't have to travel. So they should be locked in. They should be dialed in. They've had extra rest since that Thanksgiving matchup. So for me, I think the Cowboys are going to be able to score at will today. And I'm not saying that this game goes over, but I am saying that the Cowboys will be able to get their team total. They can win this game like 28-20. I think the line's at 47.5, so that would just barely go over right there. But they can still cover this 9.5, 8.5 point spread that we're seeing here. I do think the Cowboys win this game pretty easily today. Seattle hasn't shown us a lot, especially on the defensive side of the ball. If it ain't broke, no need to fix it. And the way that we've been going with the bets this week, we're not trying to overthink it right now. So let's just go with the Cowboys team total over 27.5. They've cashed in on this just about every single game this year, so I expect them to be able to do it again at home today. Now for our second best bet of the day, I'm going to go with the player prop parlay, and those have been cashing in for us. We didn't hit yesterday, but those have been cashing in for us. Not an official ladder leg. We're not doing the ladder challenge right now because we lost yesterday, but it's just a plus 100 winner for you guys to double your money. 2-team steam here. We're going to go Tony Pollard, 3+ receptions, and then we're going to go with Zach Charbonnet, 11+ carries. You parlay those two together, you get to plus 102 odds. Now let's break this down, right? First, Tony Pollard. Do you know the second leading receiver on that Cowboys offense is behind CeeDee Lamb? It's the tie between Togi Ferguson and Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard is averaging 3.5 receptions per game, which is tied for second most on this team. And when you look at some of the offenses that I just mentioned that the Seahawks have faced, guess what? They've given up yards and receptions to opposing running backs. Christian McCaffrey last week, 5 receptions. Darrell Henderson for the Rams in the game before that, 4 receptions. Against the Commanders, Brian Robinson had 6 receptions for over 100 yards in that game. We've seen the Seahawks defense give up receptions and yards to running backs in the past, and I think that we should be able to exploit that line. Dak Prescott has been looking for Tony Pollard. He's been a great safety valve, especially for a team that likes to blitz at times. He's had 3 receptions in 8 of the 11 games this year, so we love to see that he's actively involved in this offense, and because of that, I think the way that Dak Prescott has been informed, I don't know if he's going to carry the ball that much. I'm not a big fan of his 15.5 carries, but I do think that he should be able to get these receptions today because Prescott has been throwing it about 37 times per game over the last 5 games. That's a lot of passing volume there. Only about 7 or 8 of those are going to CeeDee Lamb. So the other ones have to go to somebody else. It's literally CeeDee Lamb has 7-8 receptions. After that, it's Tony Ferguson and Tony Pollard at 3.5, 3.6 receptions right there. So for me, all we need is Tony Pollard to get his average. No reason why he shouldn't be able to do that. So let's go Tony Pollard, 3+ receptions as the first leg of the parlay. We're going to go with Zach Charbonnet. I think I'm saying his name right. I don't know how you say the running back for the Seahawks. With Kenneth Walker out again, I'm pretty sure he's out in this game as well. That means that the lead running back duties falls on Zach here. And since he's taken over the lead running back, we see him go for 14 carries in the game against the 49ers and 15 carries in the game against the Rams. And for me, I think this is a big spot because I think the Seahawks have to establish the run in this game. If you look at in terms of offensive plays per game, the Seahawks are in the bottom 5, but the Cowboys defense are in the top 5. So that what that tells me is that the Seahawks are not putting together a lot of long drives. Meanwhile, the Cowboys are getting opposing offenses off the field quick. How do you quell that, especially against an offense that's averaging 31 points per game and your offense is only averaging 20 points per game? Pete Carroll has to run the ball. He has to keep that Cowboys offense off the field for as long as possible. And if you're depending on Geno Smith to get that done against this tough defense for the Cowboys, I don't necessarily think that happens. So because of that, I think that you have to establish the run here. The Seahawks have to get their run game involved. They might get down early in this game, but they have to get the run game involved. And before Gainwell went out with the injury, he was averaging 15 carries per game. And we've seen them be able to keep that same game script. Despite that, they lost to the 49ers pretty big. That Rams game was pretty close. So I get him getting 15 carries in that matchup. But for him to still get 14 carries in that 49ers game and they lost that matchup by double digits allows me to understand that they are going to still try to implement the run here, try to establish that, and you never know what can happen. 11 carries is not a big number there. That's something that he can get 5 in the first half, 6 in the second half, and we'll be good to go. Cash that in. So let's just go with the 2 running backs for both of these teams. Tony Pollard, 3+ receptions. Zach Charbonnet to get 11 carries plus 102 odds as our second best bet. And that's all I'm going to give you guys today. 2 best bets. I gave you 4 yesterday. We only had 3 actually go into action. But I'm not touching any basketball today on the channel just because of how lackluster this week has been for us on the NBA and basketball. It's been up and down for us. I will have some basketball plays for you guys inside the Discord group. So make sure you click that link in the bio and join our free group right there so that way you guys can get those other basketball plays. Overall, we're still hitting pretty well for the month. We've still been doing well. I just updated the entire premium pick sheet inside the Discord group. Still hitting 60% rate over the past month. So you love to see that. We just had a little cold week here, a little reversion back to the mean. So 2 best bets. We're not going to overthink it today. Hopefully we can celebrate a sweep, and then tomorrow we'll come back to the table with 3 more best bets. And I'll also give you guys a little preview of our college football Saturday, as we'll have a lot of matchups in the championship game between Alabama and Georgia. We've got Michigan and Iowa. We've got the Pac-12. We got a lot of championship games going on this weekend, a ton of football going on. So we definitely will break those down for you as well. All right, my friends, 2 best bets for you on the day. Cowboys team total over 27.5. Don't overthink it. And then the 2 teams team, Tony Pollard, 3+ receptions, and Zach Charbonnet, 11+ carries, plus 102 odds right there to tuck us in. All my basketball plays will be inside the Discord group. All right, my friends, let's get to that money. I'll see you guys later. And then in the next video, we'll be celebrating a sweep. Later, guys.